Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready to do a little bit of this ICP Extravaganza? So, a whole lot of fun things are going on. Lots and lots of people coming on. And I do hope that my co-host, Tom, is available.
Well, hello there.
Hi, welcome, Tom. Please welcome Tom. He's Emperor 28 and 32 and forever and always of the Imperial Court of Rhode Island, because that's what he does.
26.
Yes, no, Tom.
Yes. Hello.
It's wonderful. Please excuse me, I'm having issues with the sound because they put on the computer instead.
Gotta love technology. Oh, and I lost him. Oh, and he's coming back. Is he there? I think he is. I see the name. Well, while he's still getting his technology figured out, I'm Tom J.B. Lovely Austinson, Emperor 26 from the Imperial Court of Rhode Island. Thank you all so much for being here with us tonight with this ICP Extravaganza. Oh, and he's back. Not yet. Seeing a shaking head. Nope, still gone. So again, thank you so much for joining us all with this ICP Extravaganza. Big thank you to ICP Pup Bolt from Imperial Court of Buffalo for putting all of this on. And we're very excited to be doing this with all of the ICPs current and past. We're very, very excited. So while Queen is getting his technology stuff figured out, I'm just going to get the show on the road. I hope that's good for everyone. So starting our show tonight, we have ICP 31 from the Imperial Court of Saskatchewan, Canada, Juicy Fruit.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong, and I learned how to get along. And so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock, I should have made you leave your key. If I'd have known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Go on now, go, walk out the door, just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? Did you think I'd crumble?
Hello, Queen. Are you back with me now?
I think I'm back with you now.
Sweet. Finally, there we go.
I know. It's so amazing. So, wrong camera, whatever, that happens. Especially
It
when you
does.
have doubles.
Well, now we're back. Now we can officially be hosting this together, so that works.
It does. And, like, I really want to compliment Juicy Fruit on her amazing video performance because
Yes.
you can't deny that that is not a song that everyone wants to do, but not everyone can do.
Yeah, very true. And I must say that outfit was really cute. I really, really liked the outfit.
It was like I kind of want like 3 in my size, 1 in like actual my size, and like 2 is the size that I will actually fit in.
I got it. Okay.
Because
Well, welcome back,
some of us are
everyone,
fat.
to the ICP Extravaganza. Again, I'm Emperor 26 from the Imperial Court of Rhode Island, Tom JB Lovely Austinson, joined by
And I am Imprex 10, the first Imprex of the nation's capital. Queen is a fella, B grandchild, and well, actually, oddly enough, we are the founders of this wonderful thing that, luckily enough, got named IC Penis. So we are here.
Two of 5 founders. Yeah.
Yeah.
We created hashtag IC Penis when we were reigning as ICPs together. And for all those wondering, I was Imperial Crown Prince 25, and you were ICP what reign?
I was ICP 6, 8, and 9.
Oh, see, you had the run of the gambit with the ICP. There you go. But yeah, so we reigned as ICPs together, along with Delta B Knight, Kiki Lucia, and Jonathan Cuevas from Connecticut. And the 5 of us were reigning ICPs together. And we decided we needed a place to promote.
We decided that you needed a place to talk about the ICP issues, not we, because we had each other.
Yeah,
However,
but I
we
figured
thought that our knowledge and our thoughts would be better proposed in a much larger place. And so we did create IC Penis, and we love IC Penis. I mean,
Yeah.
who doesn't love a little IC Penis?
But it was great because it's a way to get the ICPs together, even if it's just virtually across the country, to be able to ask questions and vent issues and all that stuff, because everyone knows an ICP is always with the monarch with sometimes that they want to complain about, and they don't know who to complain to. So,
Yes, 100% complaining. Speaking of complaining about your current reigning monarch, I am the current reigning monarch, so shush.
exactly.
However,
I will say that
I
it's the fun
also
part.
like to make a lot of money for charity.
Exactly.
So our charities tonight for this organization and this show are the Matthew Shepard Foundation. Again, an international organization. Everyone knows of the wonderful works they have done, especially within the ICS. They have, we have been there when Matthew Shepard was finally laid to rest and had a plaque at the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C.
Yep.
And have continued to work with them beyond that. And another one of our organizations tonight that we will be raising money for is the Trevor Project. The Trevor Project is an absolutely amazing organization. Can't even talk enough about, like, gosh, Tom, how much experience do you have with the Trevor Project? Because mine is almost unending.
Personally, I personally don't have experience with the Trevor Project, but I know so many people who have. It's actually one of the organizations that I'm determined to do something with or for. So I'm happy that we're doing this for the Trevor Project tonight.
Yeah, I mean, so for me personally, like the Trevor Project has been there growing up through high school in the Northern Virginia area. The Trevor Project was around, and they were noticed, and it was a place for otherly sexualized people to even just like pick up the phone. There was like a 1-800 number where you could just talk to other people who like understood what was going on with you. And it was an amazing thing. So we're raising money for them so they can continue on their great works. And the Trevor Project has so many great works, just beyond like the 1-800 number. The Matthew Shepard Foundation has so many things that they are doing.
So to be able to donate tonight, there's the QR code that's right there on your screen. And then also going right across at the bottom, there is the link with the... Right there, the Imperial Court of Buffalo ICP Extravaganza, right there at the bottom.
There it goes across the bottom. So if you ever need to donate money, always follow the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it goes. The bottoms always need money.
So on that note, I think we should go on to our next performer.
I would love that. So this one I haven't actually gotten to... I've seen them perform in person once. And it was... so much fun, and there was so much joy in their performance that I'm super excited about seeing this one.
Same.
So this is the Princess, I think I pronounced that right, I don't even know, Pup Onyx Skywalker Prado, and I think you all are really going to enjoy this. Oh, that was. Oh gosh. I mean, hey, who doesn't love a steampunk?
Serious,
100% through and through.
seriously,
Um,
definitely one of my favorite types of costume wear or anything like that. I definitely want to do some sort of a themed event, whatever it is, with steampunk. I love steampunk. I
oh,
know
it
some
was
people think
so
it's
amazing.
overdone,
So,
but
so thank you, Pup Onyx Skywalker Prado, because that was amazing.
yes, definitely.
And also, thank you for lending your talents to our. I keep saying our, but it's really not ours. So,
No, no.
this was the brainchild of Pup Bolt out of the Imperial Court of Buffalo. Um,
Yes.
and
He
gosh,
he thought he thought of this entire event, and actually we approached him, or I believe Queen, you approached him first about wanting the founders to be involved of hashtag ICPness, and he loved the idea and decided to have us host it as the ones who really started to bring the ICPs across the country together.
yeah, I mean,
So yeah, this was his
and
brainchild.
we had been talking about this for so long about doing
Yes.
this, and yet, with one raining and then another raining and then another raining, we just hadn't had the ability to do it. And I'm so thankful for Pup Bolt. Pup Bolt will be on later, hosting
Yes.
with one of our other founders.
Yes.
She had a show tonight, and she should be coming on a line pretty quickly
Pretty
here.
soon.
But no, she like, oh goodness glaciers, so many things that have happened with the ICP since it for sure. And I'm glad to see that it's actually moving to not just the Northeast, because we were always afraid of
Yes.
that it would just be the Northeast. But
Yeah.
now we've got people from across the way, and we all know these wonderful organizations, the Matthew Shepard Foundation and the Trevor Project. So we're all able to really put our effort into that,
Yes.
into making those money, with talking about the fact that we're moving across the country.
Yes.
Our next performer, I believe,
We're
is
actually going to be talking to him for a little bit first before we bring him on.
oh, he's gonna be live.
Yes, he's going to be
I
live first. So actually, coming to our virtual screens, ICP 11 from London. We're bringing on Benji. See, and there
Hi,
he
everybody.
is.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm most excellent, thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
So I'm not sure if the rest of you know this, but Benji has been a part of the Imperial Court System for quite a while. A very, very, very great many years. And Benji was one of the first people that I met when I joined the court system.
Yep, that's right.
And
I remember that.
yeah, and his openness and friendliness was one of the main things that actually made me want to continue on with the organization when I was just a silly sister in all that white face paint.
So, what's going on up in London right now, Benji?
Right now, we are halfway through our reign. We've got 5 months to go. It's been a challenging year, especially with COVID, as we all know. It's affected all of us in a lot of ways. I unfortunately had it earlier this year. I was unlucky for that. But I was able to get over it quickly and jump back into stream of things. So, if you like, I can talk about our charities for a couple minutes.
That would be great.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to hear about whatever you do. So Benji is from our northern contingent. He's actually from Canada. So we would love to hear about how Canada is handling the pandemic and the charities that you've chosen.
Overall, the pandemic, we are slowly, I think, in some ways, returning to a new normal, as they say. Luckily, like being able to travel again has been a big thing. Like where I live currently, I live at the most southern point in Ontario. I live past London. I can see Detroit basically from my backyard almost.
Wow.
So it's hard to believe that I wasn't able even to cross a bridge to go anywhere. It was hard and it was frustrating. But overall, it's getting better. I have hope that it continues to get better.
We all have that same hope.
Definitely. And
so how have things been going in London? Like, what can we expect from the London court in the next few months?
Well, we are getting slowly ready for coronation. It's a medieval fair theme. I'm looking forward to it because I can semi-incorporate Game of Thrones into it, which is our emperor's creation, or Rick Renaud Daniels. He's the brainchild behind this entire reign. So it's been an honor to serve under him and beside him during all this. It's been a learning experience for me because it's my first time as an ICP, and I'm the first princette actually for London. So I'm the first non-binary individual, which is underway to actually become permanent. We will have a permanent line in store within the next month or two. So besides that, we're just trucking along, nice. And things are getting busier by the day.
I'm glad to hear that, and I'm obviously personally glad to hear that you have working on a third line or non-binary line, or however anyone has to say it. As I am the first of the third line in DC. That just so much joy.
I have to admit that you kind of gave me courage to come out this way. I remember when I met you and just how inviting you were, and when you announced that you were in the third line, it gave me courage to come out. So I have to thank you for that entirely, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Tom, you have to say things, otherwise I'm going to cry.
I think
I would have to say I think this is probably one of the first times in the entire time I've known Queen that they are speechless right now. So congratulations to you, Benji, for being able to make Queen speechless.
No, it's something that I had to acknowledge because you have a lot of courage that I didn't, and you've known that I've been a part of the ICS for a long time, and I've been one of the more quiet ones, as they say, mostly. But I can't thank you enough for doing the work that you do and for being who you are and unapologetically be who you are, because that made me be unapologetically for who I am today. So it needs to be said. And I'm sorry I made you cry.
No, it's fine. My husband gave me a tissue. I'm going to be good from now on. Oh, God.
And
dear.
Who knew the ICP Extravaganza was going to be a tear-inducing event?
Oh, God.
So amazing.
So, like, are you going to perform? Like,
yeah,
can we
I was about to say.
I have something
can we get me off screen so you can perform?
Okay. So I will say, okay, let's bring on Imperial Crown Princette 11 to London, Canada, Benji.
Never needed any reason to find deliverance. Like a cancer running through my veins. Oh, it's never gonna give in. Feel much like to the slaughter. Toy soldiers line up on the altar. I was never meant to drink that water. Now remember me when I'm underground. Heavy is the crowd. Never pause, never let 'em lead you out. I'll be still standing when they try to bring my castle down. I never bow down. Heavy is the crowd. Heavy is the crowd. Heavy is the crowd. Heavy is the crowd. With the weight of the world crashing, pushing you closer to the edge. You find a way to get a little bit stronger, to fight all the demons. Yeah. See 'em march like lambs to the slaughter. Toy soldiers line up on the altar. I'll rise, hell or high water. You'll remember me when I'm underground. Heavy is the crowd. Never pause, never let 'em lead you out. I'll be still standing when they try to bring the castle down. I never bow down. Heavy is the crowd. Everything will fade away. Everything will fade away. Nothing in this world is meant to stay. Heavy is the crowd, heavy is the crowd, oh. Heavy is the crowd, heavy is the crowd, oh. Heavy is the crowd, heavy is the crowd, oh. Heavy is the crowd. Heavy is the crowd. Never pause, never let 'em lead you out. I'll be still standing when they try to bring my castle down. I'll never bow down. Heavy is the crowd. Heavy is the crowd. Heavy is the crowd. Heavy is the crowd.
Oh, that was my apparently. Oh God, my very own. I don't even know. Like,
Are you still choked up, Queen?
shush. She doesn't cry often, but when she does, it's for a darn good reason.
Oh, I know. Well, give it up for Benji, everyone. Big claps and everything. Great song.
Gosh, even like, what is that? My first ICP Crown thing. I don't even know. God, London deserves so much more accolades than what we give it. Let's all go to London.
I definitely agree.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Benji, for joining us tonight.
You're welcome. I'm glad to have been here.
It was
we're gonna
wonderful,
take the
Benji. Thank you so much for helping us raise money for our charities.
Of course. Anytime.
You
So,
have a wonderful night. Again, give it
All right.
up for Benji, everyone. Again, we are here raising money for the Matthew Shepard Foundation and for the Trevor Project. If you want to donate, you get the link right here down at the very bottom, as well as the QR code right there at the top.
yeah, I mean, wow. Who knew? Do you remember when like ICP was just like people we knew? And like
Yeah,
we were just
no,
like, whatever, these are my
remember.
friends. I'm gonna like make them a thing. And now
That's the thing.
it's
I
this like
remember.
big, huge.
It started with you two in DC, the two in Connecticut, the four of us in Rhode Island, like as the first actual members, and then we added people from Hamilton as well. And then it just slowly built up. And like you said, we were worried it was going to be just on the East Coast, because for a little while it really was just then. But then I know both of us started traveling more west, as did Kiki. And so as we traveled, we met more ICPs, and then also any of the new ones that were crowned during that coronation weekend as an ICP, we would throw them in there and welcome them. And so I'm very happy to say that we are as far out as California, Portland, Seattle, like we're out that way. So it's great. I love the fact that we are completely across the footprint of the ICS. I think I want to get more Canadians in there. I will say that. So that'll be Benji, if you're still listening. That's your mission. Try and get some more Canadian ICPs into
Benji,
ICP.
we've given you a mandate. You made Queen cry. Now you must have a mandate.
I've been here the entire time, so I heard it all.
There we go.
There you go. There's your
Well, I
mission.
accept
We want
it
to try and
fully.
get more Canadian ICPs into #ICPness. So we want to get them in there, because we got a lot of Americans in there. Let's try and get some more Canadians in there.
Sounds good to me.
Awesome.
I love it.
You have your mission. Now go for it.
Go forth and make friends. So, I don't know how many of you know, but this next ICP, ICP 16, Ninja, she's a bit of a lot. And yet, I wouldn't want anything less from her.
A bit of a lot. I like that saying.
She is. I mean, so you look at her and she's like, oh, okay, cool, fun, yay. And then you
Just like
talk
that,
to her,
right?
and she is one of the most like out and proud, happy to be there. Like no matter what needs to be done, she's gonna do it. People that I have ever met.
All righty. Well, I think with that, we need to just bring her on then. So,
Yes,
from the Imperial
please, let's
Court
have
of the Windy
some.
City-
Let's have us some Ninja.
Yes, so from the Imperial Court of the Windy City, Imperial Crown Princess 16, Ninja.
A broken heart is all that's left. I'm still fixing all the cracks. Lost a couple of pieces when I carried it home. I'm afraid of all I am. My mind feels like a foreign land. Silence ringing inside my head. Please carry me home. I spent all of the love I saved. We were always a losing game. Small town boy in a big arcade. I got addicted to a losing game. All I know, loving you is a losing game. How many pennies in the slot? Giving us up didn't take a lot. I saw the end for it begun. Still I carried on. All I know, loving you is a losing game. All I know, loving you is a losing game. I don't need your games, game over. Get me off this roller coaster.
Give
Thank
it
you
up
so much,
for
Ninja,
Ninja,
for that.
everyone.
So Ninja was actually singing live for that.
Yes, I must say. So I love that she sang that live because everyone knows, everyone within the Imperial Court system, it's always a lot of lip syncing. That's what it is. And I understand that because we have majority is drag queens and all that stuff. But I love it because I am a live singer myself, and you don't get a lot of those anymore within the Imperial Court system. So to actually have another live singer performing, especially for this event here, which means a lot to both of us, I know that, and all of our other founders, I'm very happy to see a live singer. So yay, live singing and to Ninja.
Yeah, I mean, Ninja has always been a live singer. When she came to DC to for Coronation, she live sang at our Less Than Live Sang Ready bar at the Green Lantern, which was wonderful, and she just plowed through it, even though she couldn't hear her music. She just was like, whatever, I'm going to do this, and it was wonderful. So she pretty much did a cappella, and it was great for us.
Basically, what you do as a live singer, if you can't hear your music, but you know what you're supposed to be singing, you just go.
Yeah.
So, are we bringing
So Tom,
on-
you said that you don't have much experience with the Trevor Project.
I do not, no.
So a little bit about what the Trevor Project does.
Yes, please. And how we can also get in touch with them as a regular civilian, I guess.
Yes. So you can obviously get to them at thetrevorproject.org. Spelled just like it sounds. It is thetrevorproject.org. I can't even begin to expound on how many services that they offer, but one of their main offerings is a 24/7 crisis line.
Nice.
Not only for those that are considering, unaliving, but just even if you're having like trouble with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your partner, they offer those services free of charge 100% of the time, 24/7. You can reach them via their website, via a live chat, which they've just recently opened on their
that's
webpage.
awesome.
For people who are not comfortable in talking about things on the phone,
Oh, yeah.
as so many people aren't. But you can also reach them by phone, just to really get a feel, like and just to get that help, and that help is needed for so many people. So
Definitely.
many, I know we as founders and gays and people, like, even some of us aren't comfortable in our own lives to the point where, like, we don't necessarily think that we can be out and proud and doing all the things that we may portray in the ICS in our regular lives. And the Trevor Project is definitely there to allow us someone to talk to, should we want to change things or should we feel the need to, which is a really great service that they offer.
Yeah, and I like to know that those services and those things are still out there, especially for the youth nowadays, because, like, we're fortunate. Like, I'm fortunate enough that I found the Imperial Court System because I was unsure of where I was in my community and my life and stuff like that. And the Imperial Court System is what helped me find that. And for people who don't know what the Imperial Court System is, or have places or organizations like that in their hometown to be able to be with and talk with and be part of, the Trevor Project having that online service and the 800 number is amazing, because Imperial Court System isn't everywhere in the country. And so we were fortunate enough that we have it where we are. And so I found my second family. I found where I fit. I found where I belong. But not everyone has that opportunity. And so the Trevor Project having that 800 number and having the online services and that chat is absolutely wonderful. And I'm so happy to be raising money for them tonight, and happy that you had the experience with them, which is amazing. And it's great that we're doing it for them. So
it is
awesome.
It's wonderful to just be able to know that there's something more beyond you.
Exactly.
Which is one of the points why we created the ICPness, is because, we obviously understood it wasn't just us that needed these things, especially like just someone to talk to, which was the biggest thing about ICPness, is we just wanted someone to talk to who may or may not have had our similar experiences.
Exactly.
That being said,
yes,
I really think that our next performer is going to be wicked fun.
I think so too. Again, bring on another Canadian here. We got to have some Canadian representation here.
I'm so happy to see as much Canadian representation here as we have gotten. Like,
oh yeah,
there's a bit of a feel for it, because I love the Canadians.
I do. So hailing all the way from the Imperial Court of Toronto, we have ICP 35, Billy Blake.
After all you put me through, you think I despise you. In the end, I want to thank you, because you made me that much stronger. But always down for the light, but you're so
All right, that was energetic and way much more than I would ever be able to do on stage.
Yeah, that was great. And I'm not gonna lie, I dream for moments like that as a live performer. But like, you know me, I'm a musical theater person. That whole show thing, that doesn't people don't
Yeah,
see
I
me
want
doing.
I want lights and sound and like motion, like coming up from up here with I want
Mhm.
all of that in my life every day.
Oh, it's amazing.
However,
It's absolutely amazing.
well done, Billy Blake. Like,
Yes, definitely.
I need to go
Well
back to
done.
Connecticut. Oh God, goodness glaciers. Um,
Right. I think we're bringing on our one of our other founders. I believe she is here and she is ready. I believe so. Welcome to our virtual screen from the Imperial Sovereign Court of all Connecticut and one of the founders of ICP Penis, Monarch Kiki
Hi,
Lucia.
friends.
Hello.
Hi, friends. It's so good to
look
see you
at
all.
her.
Oh,
Well,
look at
I
that
just got
pink
done doing my
hair.
weekly show, and I am exhausted and sweaty and gross, but none of you can smell or see me. Or, well, you can see me, but you can't smell me, so we're all good.
Well, smelly and sweaty and gross, that's your usual MO most of the time when it comes to when you're in drag because of the type of performances you do. So I'm not surprised.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just funny. I just stand there and do funny things. And I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, until you open your mouth, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there are so many things that I now have to comment on.
I mean, I like to be a running commentary.
You do,
Right.
you do, and we love you for that.
I paint bitch for a reason.
Is that what that's painted as?
It is. That's what
Super
it is.
fun.
Well, I'm very happy that all three of us can be here.
I know
to
we're
do
like the
ICP Extravaganza,
we're the originals,
the originals.
which means
The
we're
originals.
old.
No, it doesn't.
Yes. So
It's fine.
for anyone,
I'm the oldest of the three of us, so it's fine. I can say that.
No, you're not, and fuck
you're
off.
right
Just
here,
because
honey.
I think like I'm 21 does not mean that I am 21.
So if you all listening to this would like to donate money to actually guess our ages,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's the link right at the very bottom, as well as the QR code. If you want to donate to make guesses on how old you think either one of us are, or who the oldest is, please go for it. All the money, all this money that we're donating tonight or collecting tonight is for the Matthew Shepard Foundation and the Trevor Project. And
Both
if you
which
are
are amazing organizations, by the way. I was watching from backstage. I live for you. I'm going to throw out one other resource just because I love that Queen was like, oh, if you need them, you can call them anytime. And that is accurate. Trevor Project is amazing for that reason. But I'm going to throw out one more resource, which is Centerlink. If you go to centerlink.org, I think it is. But if you just search Centerlink LGBTQ, it will come up. But that is they have a map of every LGBTQ community center across the United States. So if you are somewhere where you feel like you are alone and there is nobody else like you, go on Centerlink and you can find a community center near you. And it may be a 5-hour drive away, and I apologize in advance, but you can find place where you can find community by going there. That it literally lists every community center across our United States and Canada. And now they also have other parts of the world too. So
Oh wow!
also check that
Oh,
out.
that's
Just-
amazing.
I'm
And
just
it
throwing
is,
that out.
and no, and it is like the yes, all of that has been so amazing. Partnership with Trevor Project, partnership with Matthew Shepard Foundation. Centerlink has been a huge game changer in youth LGBT health because, quite honestly, for quite a while there, they were just forgotten, unfortunately.
yeah,
Exactly.
and I love the fact how
I can't.
quickly they got this link up there for Guess Our Ages right here. They're very quick with that backstage. Very
But no,
quick with
I
that.
can't.
Thank you
I
for
can't
that.
say enough good things about both the Trevor Project and the Matthew Shepard Foundation. Both of them are incredible resources for our community, and they work all over our community, right? It's not just the New York, the LA, the DC, sorry, Queen, but it's also the Hartford and the, you know, Indiana and Idaho. And listen, there are 182.
Providence,
There are 182 bills targeting our youth right now. Having these resources are vital.
Yeah.
So, in case you all haven't noticed, Kiki is our resident politician.
Me,
She
that's
does
me.
the
I like
things that, you know, we don't want to do. As such, the point where, Kiki, aren't you still the executive director of an organization?
I am. When I'm not wearing all this bullshit. Can I say bullshit? When I'm not wearing all this bullshit. I run a LGBTQ community center. We're a statewide organization here in Connecticut, where I live. But yeah, no, there are 182 bills targeting our community right now, all over the United States. From the really popular, everybody knows it, Don't Say Gay bill, all the way down to the Idaho Senate that is trying to make it illegal to move outside of the state of Idaho to get your child gender affirming care. That is how crazy they're getting with these bills. And so it's happening literally all over the United States. It's terrifying. And organizations like Trevor Project and Matthew Shepard Foundation are vital.
And they really are, because, you know, the Trevor Project and the Matthew Shepard Foundation are actively working against those bills. And it's not that they're working against those bills. They are working to educate a, quite frankly, uneducated base, or a less open base. Like, I'm going to say this 100% true. I grew up in a very conservative household, and until I became a gay, I didn't.
You were always a gay queen.
Yeah, exactly. That's what everyone says. However, I still had weird Republican views. And every once in a while, I find myself still running into those, like, where someone asks me a question, and I'm like, no, this is the way. And I'm like, wait, hold on, that's weird. That's not what no, that won't go. That's weird, because, like, that's against what I want. So I'm going to have to change that view.
No, but that's so true. Like, I'm from the Middle East, for anybody who doesn't know. Hi, only Muslim empress ever in the Imperial Court System. I struggled with masculinity issues for literally a decade. When I came out to my mother, like 9 years after I came out to everybody else, what I said to her was, well, at least I'm not wearing drag and, like, walking down a street at a pride celebration. # every day of my life. But like I dealt with those masculinity issues every single day of my life, and I still struggle with them. And there's things that I do sometimes that I'm like, oh, why am I doing that? Why am I subscribing to that? Like, why is it not okay that I don't pop my hip? Why is it not okay that maybe I might say girl to somebody who I don't mean to, right? Like, it's okay. It's
those built-in feelings that you have, that you get, that those are the things that we need to change, because unfortunately the rest of society is getting those built-in feelings. Exactly. And they need to be open to changing those.
Exactly. I was on TikTok recently, and there was this, like, incredible singer who, Tom, you would love, because his voice was like pure angel voice. And he sang the song. It was dedicated to the queer community, and it was this idea of, like, we all create personas that we live in to survive as queer people, right? We never turn back and question who we are as adult queer people based on these decisions we made when we were in middle school, high school, elementary school, whatever age, to survive, right? And it's this moment where I was listening to the song and was like, oh my God, do I actually like the color green? Or did I tell everybody that because it made me seem more masculine? Do I actually like this? Or did I just tell everybody that and then made myself believe it, right? And this song was about this idea of, like, we as a community never actually take off all the masks. We exist wearing so many masks because it's the only way we could survive. And this is where I'm going to tie it to our beneficiaries, where places like the Trevor Project and the Matthew Shepard Foundation are so vital, because they teach kids not to put on the mask in the first place, right? We're all old here. We've worn masks for a couple decades, right? But there's young people out there that haven't had to put that on yet. And like, wouldn't it be amazing if we lived in a world where they never have to?
So
now I'm
speaking
off my
of those masks, and the ones that we put on just because we are programmed to, the other side is those that allow those masks to beneficiate and resume them and release themselves from anything else. Like our next performer, anime series. I cannot tell you how much I enjoy no matter what she does. She could put on a freaking lash on her upper lip and she would make me giggle and laugh about it. And I'm so happy to present anime series right now. ICP for the 30th reign of the, what is it? The Imperial Sovereign Court of the Queen City Buckeye Empire. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of things.
City Court of the Buckeye Empire, yeah.
But she's fucking
I
amazing.
defer to Tom for that.
You know I want you. It's not a secret I try to hide. I know you want me, so don't keep saying our hands are tied. You claim it's not in the cards, but fate is pulling you miles away and out of reach from me. But you're here in my heart, so who can stop me if I decide that you're my destiny? What if we rewrite the stars? Say you were made to be mine. Nothing could keep us apart. You'd be the one I was meant to find. It's up to you, and it's up to me. No one can say what we get to be. So why don't we rewrite the stars? Maybe the world could be ours tonight.
You think it's easy? You think I don't want to run to you, but there are mountains, and there are doors that we can't walk through. I know you're wondering why, because we're able to be just you and me within these walls. But when we go outside, you're gonna wake up and see that it was hopeless after all. No one can rewrite the stars. How can you say you're mine? Everything keeps us apart, and I'm not the one you were meant to find. It's not up to you, it's not up to me. When everyone tells us what we can be, how can we rewrite the stars? Say that the world can be ours tonight.
All I want is to fly with you. All I want is to fall with you. So just give me all of you.
It feels impossible. Is it impossible?
See that impossible. How do we rewrite the stars? Say you were meant to be mine. Nothing can keep us apart. 'Cause you are the one I was meant to find. It's up to you, and it's up to me. No one can say what we get to be. Why don't we rewrite the stars? Changing the world to be
You know I want you. It's not a secret I tried to hide, but I can't have you. We're bound to break and my hands are tied.
Goodness, I can't even begin
Oh
to
my
like.
God.
Yeah.
I just gotta say that was absolutely beautiful, and the editing work on that, I'm
Oh my God,
I'm just gonna start sending some videos to anime seers to edit for me because like that's just gorgeous.
That
Yeah.
was amazing.
So, Anime Series is also one of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence in Cincinnati. Which
love
I
the
mean,
sisters.
we all love the sisters, and if you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know the sisters, I highly encourage you to discover if they are in your area, and if not, please get in touch with me because I know about founding some of them.
No, the sisters are.
I don't think we actually have any up in Providence.
I think Tom, the closest sisters you have is Boston. It's the
I
same.
think so.
It's the same for us here in Connecticut.
Oh, the
Really?
closest for you in Connecticut is Boston?
Yeah, the closest sisters to us is Boston.
Oh wow.
But I love my Boston sisters.
Yeah.
No, I love the sisters because when I grew up as a gay boy, I was a gay boy in San Francisco. And the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence in San Francisco are literally the like royalty of San Francisco. I mean, the court is a royalty, the leather community is a royalty, and but the sisters are, I mean, you want to talk about iconic people that have done shit for our community. Ooh, I'm not supposed to swear, sorry. That have done great things for our community. The Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, wherever you are, I thank you from the bottom of my soul, because literally the reason I'm allowed to do this and look like this every day is because of what you did in the 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s. I'm just going to put that out there.
Mm-hmm. So
And
for
they're
anyone
still
who's just
doing
joining
good
us
work.
now, for anyone just joining us now, we are the founders of #ICPenis, and this is the ICP Extravaganza, being put on from ICP Pup Bolt from the Imperial Court of Buffalo. Big thank you to him for putting this all together.
Yeah, 1000%. Like, we as founders, you know, we have a lot of ideas and a lot of things that we're going to say that we're going to do. However, yet we have not been able to do it. Pup Bolt just pulled the rug out from all of us and did it himself. And 1000%, like
seriously,
we're all going to congratulate him for that.
Yes, definitely. But so bringing on some next ICPs are actually our current reigning Imperial Crown Princes from the Imperial Sovereign Court of all Connecticut.
Where I think I know them.
I think you do. I think you might know them. So the reigning Imperial Crown Princes from the Imperial Sovereign Court of all Connecticut, we have George and Mark Hicks Richards. And
Hello. We do know all of you.
I invented them. They joined during my year.
The last day of your year, actually.
It was out of town at my ball, and they joined just so I could invest them.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that, actually. That was
I think
weird
it's the
and
first time we've
slightly
ever done
uncomfortable.
investment at Coronation.
The first time I met Kiki Lucia, she was standing on the corner of near York Street in her full-on Stars and Stripes gown, and she was just taking a break from. Was it the ICP ball?
No, we were bringing her to the ICP ball.
We were bringing her to the ICP ball.
Her ICP ball, actually.
Yes, we ended up escorting her somewhere. So yes.
Why am I not surprised that you first saw her on a corner?
Listen, a corner in a red and white and blue dress, and a leather man, and a bear and leather man on each side. I was good.
That sounds like the
good
start of a bad
indeed.
joke.
Walking through the Yale campus, and all the Yaleys are like,
What is happening?
What just happened?
But that's one of the things. Like, that's one of the things about being an ICP and being part of ICPness is you really have to get out there into the community and just, pardon my language, but just say fuck it. Like, it might not be your comfort zone, but it's going to be someone else's comfort zone less, and they're going to look up to you for it. And that's one of the reasons why we do this. Like, you know, we all have the comfort we can raise money for the Trevor Project. We can raise money for the Matthew Shepard Foundation. We can raise money for our individual charities, but we wouldn't be here without someone else in our past, like those charities that had given us that opportunity.
Exactly.
And Mark and George, you guys are perfect examples of that. Because quite honestly, you guys were, up until like 2 years ago, no one had known about you guys. You were just members of the community, but not of the court community. And you guys have come out so hard this year and done so much this year that, like, I mean, I look towards like the Connecticut ICPs and being like, Hank, can I do that? Like, and I'm a reigning.
Yes, yes, you can.
Yes, anybody can. Anybody can. But you know, you're right, because for the longest time we were kind of court adjacent. I mean, I didn't even know about the Imperial Court until Mark introduced me to them. Because I mean, I grew up in the leather community. That was where my founding was in the late 80s. And you know, somehow I survived all of that. And when I started coming out into the Connecticut community, you know, Mark introduced me. We went to a court show, and I was like, this is really cool. This is kind of amazing. And then we kind of just like sat back for a year, and everybody just assumed we were members of the court. And they were like, what, aren't you going to get elevated sometime or something? And I'm like, I'm not a member. So yeah, when we finally did.
I'm pretty sure I took advantage of the two of you and like made you sell raffle tickets on more than one occasion.
That's fine.
But you know,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was some boots to balls on their behalf without them being members on your ticket.
Might have happened.
Probably. But you know, one of the neat
I
things.
have a question for you guys. So you guys, of course, you're partners, and you guys have been partners for how long now?
3. Well, wait. Which wedding? We had 2.
We've been
Both.
together
How
since
about that?
First answer is good. First answer is good.
We've been together since 2017.
Yeah.
Okay. So being together since 2017, and now you are reigning as princes together. How
Correct.
is that working in your favor as being as partners?
We're sitting next to each other still, so that's a plus. but you know,
Well,
one
you
of
only
the
stepped up as
great
princes 2 months ago, so.
one of the great advantages that I think we had was that we're both prior title holders, and we both helped each other through our title years and through going to contests and going to, you know, regional events and exploring those events together and supporting each other. You know, we've both been title holders and wussies together, and we've both been title holders together. So it's kind of just a natural progression for us that we're just used to doing events together. We know what it takes. We know what it means to be like, okay, we may not see you all night long because you're going to get pulled over there. You're going to be selling raffle tickets for Kiki, and I'm not going to see you again until like 12:30. But you know, it's part of what it takes, you know, to serve the community. And we've been doing it for a while, so this kind of comes naturally to us, I think. Would you agree?
I agree completely. Yeah, it's just makes it that much easier and makes our bond that much stronger.
So
We need a lot more closet space now. That's the only problem.
So with that, you know, you guys saying that this comes so easily to you, is there
Not easy, but natural, more naturally.
Sorry, that comes so natural to you. Is there any advice that you would give to incoming ICPs, or any, you know, as you guys are doing this, that you would want to impart any knowledge that you would want to impart on current or former or
Listen
new?
to your partner ICP.
Know that one of you is always going to be the mic whore, and it's me. So, but I think I would say that, you know, a lot of things you're going to be a lot busier than you ever thought you would be. But the thing to remember is always take time for yourself. even if it's like a couple hours a week, just take some time out for yourself, turn off your phone, and just do something kind to yourself. And just remember that you always have to be true to yourself and take care of your own mental health throughout the whole process.
I love that. I love that.
That is-
Because that goes to the core of why we have ICPness, right?
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
when we all were reigning, Tom, Queen, myself, Jonathan, and all of the other people who were part of the founding of ICPness, it was because we realized that piece is so important. And I'm just sitting here like grinning like a Cheshire cat because I'm like so proud of the two of you. And it sounds like I'm like,
It's not just because of her giant cheekbones.
Well, I did
Exactly.
draw them on quite well.
Yeah, right.
Cheekbones that can
I'm trying
cut
to
glass.
But no, it's so important. Like there are these moments when you're an ICP that are so hard, and every ICP has those moments, and it's different for all of us, right? Like we all have that moment, and we all have that moment. It doesn't matter how many years later. Lucia Virginity will always be my empress, and I will always be her ICP. And if we are at something together and she needs something, I will always be her ICP. It doesn't matter how long it's been. If I've had a crown on my head, it doesn't matter, right? And you have to recognize that as an ICP, we are the foundation as an ICP that allows the monarchs to thrive and live their fantasy for that year. And it sometimes sucks to be the foundation, but there's so much joy that also comes out of it. And that's what I always feel, both for the people who are my ICPs. Shout out to Boo and Miss Frank. But as like literally as we were in New York recently at Night of 1,000 Gallons, and I walked over to Lucia and I saw her and I was like, "My Empress, what do you need?" It's like it's instinctual to say that to her every time I see her.
But not only that, it's also there's so much that you get from that. Like, you know, I if my board would allow it, they would probably call me ICP for life because I did it for 3-4 years.
I was going to say,
like,
you're an ICP 3 times. So.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, it was pretty much like,
Well, I'm
you're
sure
insane,
you're
stop.
right.
And I was like, no, I'm fine. Like, I'll just keep doing this shit. And then they were like, oh, we want you to be Emperor. And I was like, oh, that's different. But no, there is that you get to a certain point where you're just like, yes, can I help? Yes, can I help? Yes, can I help? Which is wonderful. And you always want to do that. You're always willing to help. You're always willing to stand behind that person. You're always willing to assist that person. And it's a wonderful thing for the organization. And you should like just want to help people. Like, quite honestly, who doesn't want to help people?
I think it's different for him than it is for me because I identify as a service boy in the leather community. So I'm constantly, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? Whereas I think it's a little different for you.
I love Bonnie.
Well, I mean,
bitch, I love you.
I mean,
Sorry, I'm not supposed to say shady.
I mean, for me, it's fulfilling what I feel. You know, I spent a good time out of the community. You know, I was a product of the 80s. I lost a lot of friends in the late 80s and early 90s. And I pretty much wasn't out there in the community for a long time. So when I came back out, it was kind of a goal of mine. It's like, you know, I lost all this time. I lost all these people. I want to do things in the community. I want to help the community. And I'm doing this for the people that I don't have around me anymore. And for the people moving forward, for the younger generations, for them to know our history and to respect our history, but also to appreciate what they can do moving forward. And that's why I do it.
So speaking of that, how are things going in, I mean, I know you've got Kiki here, and so like you can't say anything untoward. But how are things
can't?
going in
Well,
Connecticut?
anyway.
Vice president of the board or a member of the college. Say whatever.
Whatever.
you want.
Can we get Kiki off the screen? Because I want to talk to the
No,
ICPs
no,
as
leave
ICPs.
her. Leave
Like,
her.
how are things going for you guys?
I'm the one that breaks all the rules. It's fine.
Well, I mean,
You don't
we
believe
really
in
hit the
rules
ground
100% of the
running
time.
because coronation was just in February. We've already had a couple of big events. The investitures was just this past Sunday. The day before was our first event for the court of our reign. We have the Shea in Hartford does their monthly shows. We had the April show, and our theme was Wild Wild West. It was a Western themed show, which a lot of people are like, how did that go? We had 19 performers, and we mixed it up. We had a lot of people from the court. We had people from DC come up. We had community members.
4 live performers.
Yeah, we had 4 live performers, 2 of which were from the Connecticut Gamist Chorus. So it was a real fun event to kind of kick off the year for us. And it made a ton of money. So we were really, really happy with that. And then we slept
That's so awesome
on
to
Monday.
hear. That's so
Yeah,
awesome
I
to hear.
saw
Thank
the
you
picture of
so much.
the pony heads between your legs, and I have never been as jealous of a pony head as
That
I was
was-
when that picture came out.
Well, one of them was a unicorn and the other one was a horse. That's Sparkle and Spangle.
Okay, well,
Spark.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to meet them more personally
Well,
later
bring
on
them to
in
you
life.
can. Just come to Kink. It's every other month at the Shea in Hartford, hosted by George and Mark. It is not a court event, but it is a great community event.
Yes, I'm sure it is. But we have performances that we need to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much, George and Mark, for joining us. We'll be bringing you back for some performance, probably. I believe so. So
Excellent.
thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Coming up next. Well, first I want to say I love those two. They're amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Oh my God, you can't find a better couple to run an ICP. Quite honestly,
Seriously.
well done, Imperial Court of Connecticut. 1,000%, they're going to be the ones that talk about.
Thanks.
Exactly.
I will accept all of your thanks.
No, it's not you. Not you.
I invested them, therefore I hold responsibility.
Well, there you go.
I'm going to
So
hold
coming
you to
up next
that.
to our screen, from another Canadian. I love it. We have so much Canadian representation here tonight. From the Imperial Court of Toronto, ICP 35, Tanya King. Oh, and here she is. World.
Tanya, you're muted. I'm just going to warn you now.
So I just have to tell you, Tanya King, amazing. I've caught a couple of her videos. I've caught a couple of her lives. Absolutely
Yes,
amazing.
Queen, you look so gorge.
Oh, there you are. Oh, I love the flower and the hair and everything.
Sorry, gorge like a hydro dam or?
Gorge like you're beautiful.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm on the autism spectrum, so I don't really understand what that means. The gorge?
You're gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
It's like the throat, right?
You're gorgeous, baby.
Okay, thank you. Good evening to all.
Well, thank
So
you for
how are
joining
things
us
going
tonight.
in the Teacot?
I have to say I'm not really sure. I'm not actually in Toronto. I actually live about 5 hours away in Ottawa, which is the nation's capital, and I mostly do my work in Ottawa itself. So
Oh, wow.
I'm a little bit isolated from the main group. I think I'm the only TIPOT member in Ottawa at the moment that's active, at least. So I don't really know what's going on in the outside world. There's a lot of isolation right now.
Oh no. Well, how about for you? What's
So-
going on in Ottawa?
What's going on in Ottawa? Specifically TIPOT related. I like, because I'm the house queen at my own bar, at my own show, Swizzle's Bar and Grill. which is every Thursday. I try to have a Thai pot related charity fundraiser every 2 months or so. We just had one this past Thursday where, even though it's a dive bar, we were able to raise $425, which is pretty impressive considering it's just a dive bar and we just charge like a $5 cover. So people were really generous, and I really appreciate that because there was a lot of donations at the door that was being made. We have another one coming up in June, and as well, hopefully, I'll be hosting the actual Toronto members of the Imperial Court of Toronto in Ottawa on the 28th of May, 2022, at the Westboro Legion. So this is our Tulip Festival in Ottawa. So I'm gonna see, I'm already starting with the festivities.
So, are you going to do a performance for us right now, or?
I was told that we were talking first, and then I would perform.
Okay.
That was.
We can continue to talk as much as you want.
I'm a little bit confused.
It's okay. We are too. Yeah.
This is our normal state of confusion.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So. Oh God, I don't even know what to talk about.
No. So, what kind of fundraisers do you do with your You say you do fundraisers every 2 months. What kind of stuff do you do?
So as I said, I'm the house queen at my local dive bar, Whistles. It's just what it is. It's like a cabaret style show where, because we charge cover, we raise the funds that way. We obviously advertise, and we raise funds directly for the Imperial Court of Toronto. Their charities of choice this year are Toronto PWA, Rainbow Railroad. Toronto PWA is a charity that helps fund the necessity cost of living for people living with HIV/AIDS in Toronto and Northern Ontario, because the cost of medicine is obviously very expensive. Rainbow Railroad is a charity that helps international people move to different regions of the world where it's more accepting and legal to be on this LGBTQ+ spectrum. So, yeah, that's what it's about.
I love that you support the Rainbow Railroad. As someone from the Middle East that grew up not knowing how to deal with what I was experiencing and not having any resources, I love Canada and their investment as a nation, but also individually as individual courts and organizations in the Rainbow Railroad. It's a vital resource to literally saving people's lives. So I am so excited that that's what you all are supporting.
It's ironic you say that, because I'm in the middle of suing the Canadian federal government right now over discrimination issues related to transgender people. So while I agree that Canada is a very progressive nation, it's definitely more progressive than most regions of the world. It is not perfect. I'm in this really weird position where I took them to the Canadian Human Rights Commission, and that's still technically ongoing. So, yeah, a little bit weird, but...
No, but good for you. And if you ever need anything, reach out to me. I am here to be a resource. I can't offer more support to you, because we have to hold our countries accountable. Like in the United States, we have so many issues that we need to hold our government accountable for. And one of the things is they won't support the Rainbow Railroad. Like if you are someone coming from the Middle East and trying to get away, you can't come to the United States. You have to be a refugee of Canada or Mexico, because the United States won't accept you. And so if you ever need anything, please reach out to me. I am there.
It is kind of, and I don't mean to say this to bash the United States. I mean, obviously.
Oh no, you can't bash us. It's fine.
I'm pretty fond of the United States, in case you can't tell. I love Bruce Springsteen. But Rainbow Railroad is actually taking in people from the United States, actually, in regions of the United States where, say, especially youth cannot transition medically. They're denied access to life-saving medication and therapies and whatever. Rainbow Railroad is actually going to request to relocate these individuals to more progressive regions of the world. And that's really telling that this is the situation that we're in. You mentioned earlier about 132 bills attacking to us LGBTQ people, particularly youth, and as well, from what I'm aware of, a lot of it is specifically targeted towards trans people with their health care, their rights to go to the bathroom and stupid stuff like that. So it's really telling that this is now the world we live in, where nations that were once more progressive have relapsed, so to speak.
I'm sorry, Tanya, you just like made me tear up because it's so true, and it's so sad that our country, well, our Tom, me, and Queen, our country is doing this to young people. It makes me so frustrated. In Connecticut, in the last month, we've had 2 instances where trans youth were targeted by administrators at schools, and it frustrates me so much. Listen, I'm a gay man. I'm cis. I don't know the trans experience. I have not, but I am so passionate about this. And the reality is that people deserve the right to live. They deserve the right to be happy. They deserve the right to be themselves. I'm so honored to share this space with you, Tanya. Thank you so much for being here and for what you're doing in Canada and what you're doing by standing up for trans people. I'm honored to share space with you.
Well, I appreciate you having me. I appreciate this opportunity to discuss this kind of stuff. I consider it important, obviously. Sorry, it sounds like someone is moving like a filing cabinet in the background.
No, I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
That would be my husband getting ice out of the freezer.
Oh, lovely. It sounded like a lot of tools were being shuffled around.
Sorry about that.
Well, again, ICP Extravaganza making people cry. Now we got Kiki crying. First
I'm not
Queen,
crying yet. I got one tear right here, and look, it's gone.
Well,
That's
well,
about all the moisture she has left in her body.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm like, obviously, like I'm trying to do a lot of stuff for trans equity. The Imperial Court of Toronto is a good segue for it because I am in a nation's capital. Ottawa is the capital of Canada, and I'm a federal public servant. I work for the Canadian federal government as well. So I am trying to use my privilege and my influence to try to benefit those causes, if you will. And also outside of TICOT as well, with my challenge at the Canadian Human Rights Commission. I'm potentially helping our trans pride committee at work and whatever, and obviously non-TICOT sanctioned community events in Ottawa as well, because we also just do lots of charity and support work that isn't always TICOT related. Again, because I am really the only one in Ottawa from TICOT. I am the lone wolf, if you will.
But hey, represent out there in Ottawa. That's what
Please
you got to do.
We don't have a court in Ottawa, so if I want to do an event in Toronto, I have to drive like 5 hours. So it's a little bit inconvenient. It's an adventure. It's fun.
That's the way to look at it. It's always an adventure. Always an adventure.
Yeah.
Yep.
But on that note, you do have a performance for us, though, right?
Yes, I do.
All right. So we're ready for that if you are.
Yes, I am.
Awesome. So
we're super happy to present.
Go ahead, Queen.
We're super happy to present our very own TCOT ICP, Miss Tanya King.
Sorry, they all were ice makers. They just heard my whole thing there.
But there's a few things that you don't know why you borrow your lipstick so often. I'm using your shirt as a pillowcase. We should be lovers instead.
Yes.
Thank
Give it
you,
up for
thank you.
Tanya
very much.
King.
Yes.
Goes out to all my lesbians out there.
Oh, absolutely gorgeous performance. Absolutely loved it. That song brings back memories, so loved it. So thank you so much for
many
being
memories.
part of this
Thank you.
tonight, Tanya.
Thank you very much for having me tonight, and good luck to all in your future endeavors.
You
Thank
too,
you.
Tanya.
Thank you.
So we just saw and got to talk to some of our favorite ICPs, Mark and
Yeah.
George. But now we're going to do something a little different, and we're going to watch them in a video performance.
So can I
which
introduce them? Can I introduce them, please?
You can definitely introduce
Oh
them.
my yes.
Nah, 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 nah.
I mean, I did invest them and all.
Oh, fuck off.
Ah!
Go ahead.
So with that said, please welcome to your virtual stage the most fabulous ICPs from the Imperial Sovereign Court of all Connecticut. They happen to be married. That is George and Mark Hitz Richards.
In the afterlife, you could be headed for the serious strife. Now you make the scene all day, but tomorrow they'll be held to pay. In the afterlife, you could be headed for the serious strife. Now you make the scene all day, but tomorrow they'll be held to pay. People listen attentively, I mean about future calamity. I used to think the idea was obsolete until I heard the old man stamping his feet. This is a place where eternally fire is applied to the body. Teeth are extruded and bones are ground and baked into cakes which are passed around. In the afterlife, you could be headed for the serious strife. Now you make the scene all day, but tomorrow they'll be held to pay. Oh, beauty, talent, fame, money, refinement, top skill and brain. But all the things you try to hide will be revealed on the other side. In the afterlife, you could be headed for a serious strife. Now you make the scene make the furnace, but tomorrow they'll be held to pay. Now the D and the A and the M and the N and the A and the T and the I O M. Lose your face, lose your name, then give it for to the flame. D and the A and the M and the N and the A and the T and the I O M. Lose your face, lose your name, then give it for to the flame.
Okay, that was above and beyond ridiculously fun. Like, I don't care what anyone else says.
I was having so much fun.
That was so
That
much
was-
fun.
So much fun. Oh my gosh, so much fun.
Like, and
That's the thing.
the fun thing about them is,
have fun.
yeah, should you guys ever be lucky enough to meet them in person, and I hope you shall, please invite them to your things across the nation. They are that way in person.
Yes.
That's them all the time. Like that was like them in a video.
Yeah.
But I mean, it literally answered it.
And that's one thing that you just said too, Queen, is I like to put out there too is I love our monarchs of the Imperial Court System, especially because the three of us, we started out as ICPs and we have since ascended to the monarchy. But I will say, another reason why we created hashtag ICPness is the ICPs are sort of looked past sometimes because it is about the monarch, which yes, they are the financial figureheads of these organizations, but the ICPs are just as important. We are the right-hand men of the monarchs, and like talking about getting commands or just invitations to events, they always go to the monarch. So remember your ICPs because they help keep the monarch sane and on schedule, and sometimes looking pretty, because sometimes they have issues doing that themselves, and I know that from personal experience.
Yeah, having been an ICP lots of times. Shush.
Speaking of people who've been ICPs 1,000 times, our next performer has done that.
Yes, which is why I'm wicked excited about this.
Yes, but
So,
are we talking with her first? I think we are.
Are we talking with her? Because I love her, and if we're talking with her, I'm very excited.
I think we are talking with her.
Yeah!
There she is!
How are you this evening?
From the Waterfall Empire, Ariana Fluten Flaggen Fluggen Fluggen.
Sorry. That's the only reason I actually use the name is because, well, fun listening to the person. But I do apologize if you see people running around behind me. I am in the dressing room at the Well in Hamilton right now because we just finished an event.
Well, you look gorgeous, darling.
Oh, why thank you. And how's everybody else doing?
So, how many times have you been an ICP?
This is my third. Only 3, not 100 billion times, but it's my third.
I'm just going to say, I feel like there hasn't been another ICP in Waterfall in like 10 years.
Yeah, seriously. Like, have there been any others?
At least since I've been part of the court.
I did 23 and 24, and then I took a break for 25 and 26. Now I'm back for 27. So yeah, there were a couple in there. Actually, no, there was only one in there because there was one person.
Oh yeah, that's true. It was
Tay Tay.
Yeah.
She did it for 26 and 27. Or no,
that's
25
right.
and 26. I can get that right. I will get it right eventually.
How are things going up in Reign 27 right now?
Not too bad. We're starting to open up again up here, so it's nice to be able to get back out into the bars and actually do shows again. Our event tonight, we raised about $750 tonight, so
nice.
But it's just nice to be able to be in front of people again. So, and
agreed.
Here in Ontario, we took a bit longer to get back to that kind of normal than you guys did.
Not in DC. Yeah. In DC, we're still not back to that. There's still mandates around.
I was going to say, in Connecticut, they're pretty rough, too.
They're working on getting...
doesn't have those.
Oh. Sorry, I'm a little tired. It's been a long day.
That's
well,
a little.
Speaking of long days, Ariana, are you going to do a little number for us, or?
Well, you see, I had a few numbers pre-recorded, which I asked on my Empress's computer, which I asked her to send one in. So I have no idea what number it actually is.
Isn't that usually the way it goes when you're in ICP? You have no idea what's going on.
Most of the time, yes.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
Oh, hi.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our producer for this show. This is Pup Bolt. He's the
Hi.
one who's put all of this together for us and made it exceptionally
Yeah.
possible. So we get
Oh,
to
look
see.
at him with that backwards cap and everything.
Yeah,
Comfortable.
he's taken. Shush.
So yeah, I did get a performance. Do you want to? Let's go see what that is.
It's gonna be as
Oh.
to you as it is to me.
Is this like a commented thing? Like, can we make comments during it?
Well, if you really
I
want
guess
to.
we could, but it would distract from the sound. So maybe
So
in
maybe
comment
don't do
form.
that, Queen. Don't do that, Queen.
Okay, so we're gonna wait for comments later.
Okay.
Do you need me to introduce her because I feel like I'm the only person that can actually pronounce her last name correctly?
Sure.
Yeah, right.
Don't worry, I can't pronounce my last name half the time either. It was not the last name was not my choice. It was actually given to me by a friend because she figured that I was a Swedish stewardess / hooker.
I love it.
Okay.
Well, I
That's where the
took
name
I
came
took
from.
German for 2 years, and Swedish and German are very similar. So I'm going to do my attempt. So with that said, please welcome to our stage. She's been Empress, no, ICP 1,000 times, but she is currently ICP 27 of the Waterfall Empire, the fabulous and talented Ariana Fluvenflagen.
I really like her.
You take my hand and you hold my heart. You stand by me and I can touch the stars. I can see eternity in your eyes. I'm looking forward to forever. And as long as we can go together, we can get there. We can fly. There's no dream too far away. There's no hope too high. If we follow the feelings that answered our cries, and this love our destiny. As long as we believe, we can get there. There's no mistake where we met like this. We sealed our fate with our first kiss. Let the light in our heart lead the way. The paradise we discovered, holding on to each other, we can get there. We can fly. There's no dream too far away. There's no hope too high. If we follow the feelings that answered our cries, let's love our destiny. As long as we believe, we can get there. Oh, baby, baby. Now I'm looking forward to forever. As long as we can go together to the paradise we discover. I'm loving you.
Yeah.
Okay, it was that one. I'm okay with that one. Really.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love a good
You were
titty
like
out
bringing us to
performance.
church there.
Yeah.
I try. That's one of my favorite songs to perform. It's a lot of fun.
It's a good song, and you
Yes.
performed it
It's
well.
a good one.
Yeah, I couldn't help it. I was performing in the back room while that was on. It happened.
That's
And
what
from
we
what
all
I
do.
hear, you're good at the back room.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh. Don't
So,
say for
coming
that.
up, I'm looking forward to coming down. Hopefully, I'll see some of you guys in Rhode Island next weekend.
Ooh,
Yes.
Yes.
And
And then-
Ariana, I'll see you.
I might
I'll
be
see you
there.
in Waterfall in August.
Yeah.
I expect to see everybody there. I know all you guys are waiting to come back up here.
We're just waiting to run across that border.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
You and me both. I've been trying to get
Kiki, I'll
across
hop
the
in
border
your
since
car
it's
as you're
open.
driving up there.
I'm just going to have everybody pull over, and I'm just going to run across the border and then get back in the car.
You could do that. You could do that at the Peace Bridge, or you could do that at the Rainbow Bridge. But I think the Rainbow Bridge would be easier.
Listen, Connecticut, we rent a van and go up as a collective, so we will be there.
Good to hear.
So,
Looking forward to it.
speaking of running across that border, several of our charities this evening are international charities, and we really want to take a little bit of time to recognize those. The Trevor Project is one of our charities right now, and they do a lot of international work. Kiki is ultimately familiar with how much work they do, and she's just limited to Connecticut. But there are so many other amazing places that Connecticut does work. Not Connecticut, that the Trevor Project does work. Even in the Tico area, because the Trevor Project it did start as United States, but it has evolved further than that, and it does continue to make. It doesn't really care about where you're from, and it's one of the lovely things about it.
Best way to be honest with you.
It is.
Doesn't matter where you're from, who you are. It's always good to help out.
So if want to donate. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to donate, we have our link going across at the bottom of the screen. I did find out a little earlier that the link was broken for a little bit, but it's back up and running now. So if you want to make any donations, please go to that link there. There's also the QR code at the very top of your screen as well.
Well, and you know what? I'm going to do a little challenge.
Thank you so much for being with us, Ariana.
For everybody who's still watching, we have two? I'm looking at the list. We have 2 performers left. I will match every dollar raised between now and the last performer up to $100.
I'm gonna do better than that.
Don't
I
do
will
better than me.
match.
Just join me, Queen.
I will match every dollar raised up to $100 with Kiki.
Thank you.
So
And I'm just
200
gonna
then?
keep drinking.
Yeah.
Mine
I
ran
will also support Tom in his match for another $100 for every dollar raised.
Which means
We want to
if
raise
we
as much money as
raise-
we can tonight for the Trevor Project and the Matthew Shepard Foundation.
Which means if we raise another $100 in our next 2 performances, it's actually going to become $400.
Yes. So
Yes.
please,
So-
open your wallets or your husbands, as I'm doing. He seems upset
Well,
about
Ariana,
that.
thank you so much for being with
right
us.
there.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Ariana. I know you're exhausted. Go get out of the drags.
Yes.
Trust. I have one of my empresses beside me, sitting there. During my performance, she was like, "Okay, take the shit off."
Oh, I took my coat off during the performance because I'm slowly losing outfit component as the event goes on.
Yeah, me too. I no longer have pants on.
I really want to get to the pizza that's
By the time the
downstairs
show is over,
that I
Kiki
can
will be
smell
bald.
in my bedroom.
I don't want to take it off. I just bought this today.
Yes.
Oh, that's
bye.
cute.
So why would I
that
want
is
to take it off?
Very cute.
Okay, get her off the screen. She's too pretty.
Exactly.
She's making herself.
Thank you, Ariana.
All right, so we got a couple
Oh
more
my
people,
God.
and we're still doing a thing.
Yes.
For every dollar raised, Kiki will match. For every dollar that Kiki matches, I will match. And for every dollar that I match, Tom will match. Ish.
While drinking.
Yes, because that's Tom's go-to. Tom's gonna just be the drinking thing.
Matching your hundreds.
Up to $100.
Up to $100, yes.
Yep. So $400 for the next $100 that is put in, we will match it to $400.
Yes. So
Yes.
there's $300 on the table. Anybody watching?
Yes.
And I
So
hope you're
let's-
watching because we're
let's
not
get
just
the
doing this
donations up to 100
for
up to
fun.
100.
And that's only what? We have 5 people watching right now, so
So each of them has to give $20. It's fine.
exactly $20.
Listen, I was a math major. I can do this.
And it's really not that you were a math major. Oh, God.
Oh,
I
my
was.
God.
This
We
is
work
what
for
you
the
become
future.
when you are a math major. You become a drag queen.
I'm really sure that we have something better to talk about, which might be our next performer.
Yes.
You all, I mean,
Yes.
you guys up in the Northeast have a much better connection to Nathan than I do. I've only met Nathan once, and it
I
was
love Nathan.
it was a thing. So I assume that anytime Nathan has shown up, it has been a thing. So if you don't mind, I would like to introduce ICP 26 and 19, I believe, of the Waterfall Empire.
And Empress
And
27.
27.
Well, that was not listed on the line.
Yes,
It's
it was.
listed on my line.
Okay, well, my line's
This is
different.
on mine. It's the
So
the current
she
reigning
needs to come over here and perform, and we will figure this out later.
All right. There we go.
Hold on, little girl. Show me what he's done to you. Stand up, little girl. A broken heart can't be that bad when it's through. It's through. Fate would twist of both of you. So come on, baby. Come on over. Let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope you'll feel it too. Feel it too. Waited on a line of waited on a line just to
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, quite honestly, I know, Tom's a singer, and like that's one of my favorite songs to just like
Rock out to.
in the home, like on by
seriously?
myself. Like it's one of the like first things that come into mind to just be like, this is so easy. That and like the Rufus Wainwright Hallelujah, like 100%. Those are my
I
two
love singing that
absolute
song.
favorites.
Hallelujah
So,
is
like-
one of my favorite songs to sing.
Yeah.
And I love how Kiki is now in a robe.
Listen.
Yes.
What?
I-
Okay.
Kiki is going to continue to get naked as Kiki does.
No, listen.
I told you, by the end of the show, she's going to be bald.
Well, Tom, take your suit jacket off and we can make it a thing.
Listen, I haven't broken my fast yet today for Ramadan, so all of you can enjoy yourself.
Okay,
Oh.
well done, you. Really?
Seriously.
Wow.
I need to
Okay.
make room for the pepperoni pizza that's downstairs.
Pizza is good. Pizza is good. I like pizza.
I can't.
Oh my god, I love it.
I still have
Okay, so before we go any further, and now that Pup Bolt is live with us,
Yes.
I'd really like to take an opportunity to congratulate Pup Bolt on, from the three of us that are here as the ICP founders, really congratulate you on doing something that we haven't been able to do in, God, what, 4, 5, 6 years? Which is bringing all of the ICPs together to do a show.
Yeah.
And not just people that are from local, because especially in the East Coast, you know how we all are so close together. We literally go to almost every event. This is more bringing everyone together. East Coast, West Coast,
Exactly.
Central, Canada, Saskatchewan. I've never seen anybody in Saskatchewan. They were like the first ones to reach out to me. I was like, okay, this works. Because
And we've got Mark and George with us. Mark and George, who are our current ICPs of Connecticut.
Hello again.
Hello.
Congratulations, Bolt, on a wonderful event.
And unlike Kiki, we haven't swapped into robes yet.
No.
Excuse you.
Wow.
I took off like 17 layers in a minute. So
I'm wearing
all
gym
off in,
shorts, so
take your hate and go.
Gym shorts and a leather top.
And the best part is, she took off 17 layers, but you know
I
she
did.
still has at least 10 on.
But my bra is still on. It's still on.
Oh.
There we go. I mean, it's all about the bra, right? Like,
classy,
It
yes.
really is. It really is.
It can be.
But both, I love that you said that you wanted to really reach out with everyone else, and like that's the thing. That's the reason why we started #ICPness in the first place, was really to get that connection, not just on the East Coast, but throughout the entire country. So the fact that we had just as much Canadian representation here as we did with the United States representation was amazing. And like you said, Saskatchewan was the first one to reach out to you. I love that. I only personally know maybe 3 or 4 people from Saskatchewan up that way, and yeah.
Wait, Tom,
It's
say that
just
again.
fun
What
to
was that?
yeah. One more time, Tom.
I believe the phrase was Saskatchewan.
No, it's
Yes.
Saskatchewan.
That's right. Oh, yes.
This is what I get for growing up in Niskayuna, New York. Oh my God, and Schenectady.
Schenectady.
There you go.
That's in Connecticut. I know that from Will and Grace.
No, Schenectady is in, well, maybe in Connecticut, but it's also in Albany, New York area.
So, Pup Bolt,
Yes.
we're. I can speak on behalf of Tom and Kiki and I, and probably the rest of the ICPness, and saying congratulations on such a wonderful show. We all loved it. Tom, Kiki, and I are happy to have been a part of it because it has been such an amazing event. Is there anything you want to say before we bring on our last performer?
Well, we have two performers. We got this one and then me.
I was gonna say there's 2 left.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
You had the,
Well,
you
that
had
was not on the
wrong
list.
Thing. It is totally on the list.
Nah, that one I have.
It was on the list.
Tom specifically requested to introduce our next performer.
Yes, he did. So
Yes,
I'm
but
gonna let
first-
him go.
Then Tom,
But
please
you-
take it
but-
away.
Okay. Okay. So coming up next to our virtual stage, from the Waterfall Empire, the reigning Imperial Crown Prince, Felton B. Fender.
Hey, Tom Goss, how are you, baby? Not so good. Nance and I broke up. What happened? Just didn't find him attractive. What? Honey, he was cute. Don't you worry, girl. Banaka's got plenty of hot guys in our collection. I'll look you up. Some people think they got it right. They tell me just what I will like. A tight waist, a smooth face, daily exfoliates. But they don't know me. Bears are the best of me. Bears are my fantasy. Bears ain't what I like. We do it all night, alright. Bears that don't discriminate. I think I can call the chop to circumnavigate. Steal my heart and let it percolate all night, alright. I won't explain why it's what I like. And no, you can't take me out tonight. It takes some have to rock this bed, and you ain't got none. Bears got the best of me. Bears on my fantasy. Bears ain't what I like. We do it all night, alright. Bears don't discriminate. I think I can call the chop to circumnavigate. Steal my heart and let it percolate all night, alright. What I'm searching for is deeper. Trim away the hurt and see it all. And see it all. Bears got the best of me. Bears on my fantasy. Bears ain't what I like. We do it all night, alright. Bears that don't discriminate. I think I can call the chop to circumnavigate. Steal my heart and let it percolate all night, alright. I lay my head down late at night. Go early arms around me tight. My long hood jacket is where it's at. Now go and get yours. Bears got the best of me. Bears on my fantasy. Bears ain't what I like. All night, alright. Bears that don't discriminate. I think I can come, jump, circumnavigate. Steal my heart and let it percolate. All night, alright. Bears got the best of me. Bears on my fantasy. Bears ain't what I like. We do it all night, alright. Bears that don't discriminate. I think I can come, jump, circumnavigate. Steal my heart and let it percolate. All night, alright. Bears.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yay!
I love that one.
Oh, we all love
So-
Felton.
I have to say, so one, the reason why I said I wanted to introduce him, a great friend of mine, but also I had to go back and look really quickly. Felton and Ariana were actually our first Canadian members of #ICPness.
I was gonna
But-
say I thought that they were, but I wasn't 100.
They were. They absolutely
I-
100%
I-
were.
During his performance, I just quickly looked up because they were ICPs for Reign 23. And that was the year I was ICP for 25 here in Rhode Island, and you guys were ICP in Connecticut and DC. So we started it, and they were our first Canadian counterparts for hashtag ICPness. So yay!
Yes.
Felton and Ariana.
And the other crazy ones, they've been ICP together twice, I think.
Twice now, yeah.
Yeah. Felton's done it about 3 times. Yeah. It's crazy.
So, Pup Bolt, are you able to give us a total of where we are right now?
Sure. Give me 1 second. We were just kicked off Facebook, so welcome back to anybody that is still there.
I mean, the three of us can shoot the shit forever.
Yeah, we can.
We know that.
You go ahead and do that. I'll be right back.
So, we've talked a lot about the Trevor Project because we're all very, very familiar with the Trevor Project. But the Matthew Shepard Foundation is another one of our charities. Quite honestly, the Matthew Shepard Foundation and the Imperial Court System have recently been amazing partners. Not only in a public sense, which is less important unless you talk to QM, but still an amazing thing. The Matthew Shepard Foundation really does have the ability to get out there and be a part of individual communities. Unfortunately, for reasons that no one wants to admit. Well, now there's Pup Bolt.
Hey, so
Hi.
right now, as of pre-match, we are at 160. We have hit our match. So I have put in ours. So since the money is there, that is gonna make us at $560.
Yes, money.
Money. Thank you, everyone that has been watching. I know we've been back and forth with Facebook because Facebook has been doing that a lot lately, literally muting everything. And it's annoying. But if you ever watch any of the shows that I produce from the Imperial Court of Buffalo, we're always on YouTube. Those don't get kicked as fast. They don't care until after the video has been published. So, always go there. Links is in the chat and always on our website as well.
Okay, so thank you to everyone, all of the ICPs that have been able to join us tonight. If you're watching us and you're not familiar with who we are, please look up your local Imperial Court organization. Thank you again, Pup Bolt, for producing this entire thing. It has been something that we, as the founders, Tom, Kiki, and I, have wanted to do for a very long time, and we really appreciate you in taking that mantle on and running behind the scenes with everything for the past 2 hours and 20 minutes, as it would be, because it tells me that in the top of it. It's just the only reason I know. Otherwise, I've had a little bit of beer and it's fine.
Just a little bit. Okay. Yeah.
Shut up, Kiki. You took off your clothes. I've only had beer.
I've also been in drag since like 4, so.
Oh, sad face. Tom's just up there like drinking. He took off his sport jacket. He's like, whatever, I'm gonna have this drink.
Listen, I needed to take the corset off. It was restrictive.
Because you use a doorknob to tie on your corsets.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never done that ever at a.
No, never. Like, whatever.
So, Pup Bolt, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So I know, of course, we're live right now. You said that this will be probably on YouTube after and all that stuff. Is the donation link open later than during the live to be able to still accept donations, or is it just for when we're live?
It is live, usually a couple of days after, because it links directly to our PayPal. And if anything, you can always go to our website, imperialcourtofbuffalo.com, and donate directly with that, and just put in the comments ICP Extravaganza, and then it will be put into our total. You can do that whenever you want. It doesn't matter, 24/7, as long as PayPal's working.
Yes, as long as PayPal works.
As long as PayPal works. So with that being said, kids,
I think
I
we're on our
think we
final
reached the end of this wonderful cycle.
Yeah.
And it has
More
been.
performance now.
Yes. So before we go, I want to thank Pup Bolt for everything he's done. I want to thank my initial co-host, Tom B. Lovely Austinson, for everything. More so than just tonight. There's a cat. Get your tail out of the way. And Kiki, who's always playing with her hair. She's just you can't ask for any more than Kiki.
I don't know what I was here this whole time.
Yeah. She's always going to say that. So, for our final performance and our best performance, and the one that we're all looking forward to, please welcome Pup Bolt. Yay! Look at Pup Bolt doing a thing.
And I do know how to dance. I just didn't have the right space to dance right now. So
that's 100% valid. I appreciate it.
This is true.
But hey, you did it anyway.
You did it anyway.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank Pup Bolt, our producer and creator of this entire show, on behalf of all of the ICPness and the ICP Extravaganza. All of the links will still be available for a couple days should you want to continue to donate to the Trevor Project and the Matthew Thepard Foundation. Words are hard.
Matthew Shepard Foundation.
Yep, all of those words that Pup Bolt just said. Because apparently I've done with words.
Yeah.
So,
and if you want to look up any of your Imperial Court systems, you can definitely find the International Court System online and see if there are any Imperial Court Systems within your area. Well, you already know that there's one in Buffalo, Connecticut, DC, and Rhode Island. So, hey, we're all over the place. There's over 75 chapters, so find one near you if you want to be able to join the fun of what we do.
Definitely.
So on behalf of the Imperial Court System, I'd like to thank Pup Bolt for everything that he's done. ICP of the Imperial Court of Buffalo. I would also like to thank, Tom B. Lovely Austinson, Emperor. God, what? How many numbers do you have?
26.
26. Goodness glaciers. Of the Imperial Court of Rhode Island at Providence. I'd also like to thank our late comer, who's also one of our best comers. I don't even know what number you are. How many numbers have you had? 1, 2, 12?
I'm Monarch 20.
Okay. So, of the Imperial Court of Connecticut, of the Imperial Sovereign Court of all of Connecticut.
We're sovereign in Connecticut. We are sovereign.
Yes. Everyone gets that name after 5 years, so I'm glad you took it. Kiki Lucia, and I am, I guess, your hostess of ceremonies, Empress 10 of the Imperial Court of Washington, D.C. And Queen Isabella.
Yeah.
So thank you all for coming and for raising money with us and for everything that you have done. It has been a magical time. All of us from the ICPNS board and the ICPNS founders wish to thank Pup Bolt for everything that he has done. And we hope that you will join us next time when we decide to do this again.
Yep, we're doing it again.
In the meantime, so Pup's already said, yes, we're doing this again.
Yep.
So 100%. We will see you again. But in the meantime, thank you for everything that you've done. Please reach out and support your local communities via the Trevor Project or via the Mass Shipper Foundation. Or if neither one of those is active in your area, please reach out to the ICS and we can make sure that things happen for you.
Yes.
Yes.
We are an international organization, and we do those sort of things. So, thank you, kids.
Bye, y'all.
Y'all have a good night. Enjoy, and God, goddess bless.
Bye.